Covert narcissists don't want you to fix their problems. They want to complain about them. For them, complaining is almost a form of bonding, a way to ensure that the focus remains on them and their struggles. It's not about seeking solutions. It's about maintaining a narrative where they're the victim and you're the audience. And while you're busy empathizing, listening, or offering advice, they're soaking up the attention and subtly ensuring there's disharmony in your life to keep themselves feeling superior. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates this dynamic. Let's call our character Shiv, named after Shiva, the Hindu god known as the destroyer and recreator, embodying the cycles of destruction and rebirth. Shiv, a covert narcissist in my life, once invited me to her place. She started casually talking about a new couch she just got. And at first, it seemed like a normal conversation. But then she mentioned that the couch was broken, the armrest was practically hanging off, and started complaining about how her new boyfriend might need to come over with a new drill and some wood to fix it. Now, I've always prided myself on being a problem solver. My family even nicknamed me Mrs. Fix-It because I had a knack for making things work with whatever I had available. My grandma used to praise me endlessly for this. So naturally, my instinct kicked in. I asked her for her toolbox, eager to help. She didn't have much, but I made do with what she had, an Allen key, and believe it or not, a pen. After a bit of effort, I managed to stabilize the couch. It wasn't perfect, but it was sturdy enough to sit on without worrying about it falling apart. At first, Shiv's reaction was happy shock. She seemed impressed, but then her mood shifted. It was subtle. She started acting annoyed, brushing it off like it wasn't a big deal. I don't even remember her thanking me. Still, I went to bed feeling pretty good about myself. I'd fixed her problem, and I thought she'd appreciate it eventually. The next morning, I woke up and found the couch completely undone. At first, I blamed her dog. It made sense. The dog could have jumped on it and knocked it loose. But then, Shiv admitted she'd taken it apart herself. She didn't give me a reason why, and at the time, I let it slide. I chalked it up to her being quirky and indecisive. But after I started understanding her covert narcissistic tendencies, it all became crystal clear. She wasn't interested in having the couch fixed. The broken couch was a tool, a way for her to complain, to garner attention, and to keep the narrative focused on her hardships. When I took that away by solving the problem, she had to undo my work to restore her broken story. For a covert narcissist, a solved problem is a lost opportunity for control and validation. Covert narcissists thrive on these subtle power plays by creating and maintaining a problem. They keep themselves at the center of attention. They don't want harmony or resolution because those things don't feed their need for control. In their world, disharmony equals power. This ties perfectly into Dr. Eric Berney's The Games People Play. Covert narcissists often engage in what Berney describes as a psychological game, where the goal isn't to solve a problem, but to perpetuate a cycle that keeps them in control. In this case, Shiv was playing a game I'd call, Why Don't You Yes But? It's where someone presents a problem, you offer a solution, and they immediately shoot it down or undo your efforts. The point isn't to fix anything. It's to keep you engaged, invested, and ultimately feeling frustrated while they remain in the role of the victim. And let's not forget the 48 laws of power. Law 36, disdain, the things you cannot have. Ignore them is the best revenge. Shiv couldn't handle that I had taken away her source of complaints and control. So she dismantled the couch to regain her narrative. It's a power move disguised as indifference. So how do you deal with this kind of behavior? First, recognize it for what it is. If someone in your life seems more interested in complaining than resolving issues, that is a red flag. Their refusal to let go of problems isn't laziness or forgetfulness. It's a strategy to keep you engaged and off balance. Second, set boundaries. When Shiv started to complain about the couch, I could have said, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. By not jumping in to solve the problem, you deny them the opportunity to keep you tethered to their chaos. Third, stop playing the game. If you do offer to help and they undo it, don't engage further. Don't ask why or try to fix it again. The more you feed into the cycle, the more power they have. Instead, step back and let them deal with the consequences of their actions all on their own. Finally, trust your intuition. Covert narcissists rely on subtlety to keep their manipulation under the radar. If something feels off, like a thank you that never comes or a problem that never seems to go away, it's worth reevaluating the dynamic. Thank you for joining me today. If you've ever experienced this kind of manipulation, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Let's create a space where we can support each other and share our experiences. And as always, Mahogany Tribe, protect your light, trust your intuition, and stay sovereign. Until next time, take care of yourself. You deserve it.